Up to see her. She's a Mona Lisa. Everyone's lining up to see her. There must be something about her features. You'll find her beauty goes much deeper.
Hello, good morning, good afternoon, and welcome back or welcome to my channel if you're new here. My name is Karen and I post vlogs, lifestyle content, design content, and yeah, I took a pretty large hiatus from posting on YouTube. My initial plan was to be like vlogging my classes and being online as a college student, but that quickly changed. But before I get into that, please subscribe, and if you already have, thank you. It really means a lot to me. My goal is to hit 200 by the end of 2020. That would be really cool. So for today's video, I am basically going to be explaining my health situation. That makes it sound so severe. Like, it's not that severe. I kind of mentioned it in my last video if you watched the like extreme room makeover, that I have chronic tonsillitis, which is not fun, and that I just kept on getting sick again and again and again, and then just feeling crappy. And it went from month increments, from maybe feeling good one month and then bad the next month, to every 2 weeks, to every other week, to every couple days, to basically a daily feeling just ill. And then I'm hoping this could also help others who like may not even know that they could have what I had. I have my notes here and I have it called the tonsillectomy prep video because my surgery is on the 13th, so in 2 days. Before I get talking about the surgery, I kind of wanted to talk about my story with chronic tonsillitis, because I just thought I had strep and I just thought I was sick, and I just didn't know that even chronic tonsillitis was a thing, because growing up as a kid I never had problems with strep. Okay, so I was editing the part 1 of this video. By the way, there are 3 parts to this video. Part 1 is my experience with chronic tonsillitis. Part 2 is how I'm preparing for the surgery, and then part 3 is what's next with the surgery. So I was looking back at the footage and I got the timeline all wrong, so I'm just gonna go through it very quickly. So I started feeling sick on March 12th. Actually, on March 11th, I was in work and I started feeling crappy, went home, was worried that it could have been COVID. So I went into the doctor on March 12th. Strep came back positive. I was then put on amoxicillin, and they said if I didn't start feeling better by Monday, since that was a Friday, to call them and we'll go back in. So then on the 16th of March, amoxicillin wasn't working, and I went back into the doctor and they put me on a stronger antibiotic called ceftonir, and I also got blood work done to get tested for mono. Mono came back negative, and then the ceftonir did work. And then about 5 weeks later in April, I got sick again, but instead of going in person, we wanted to limit exposure from both parties. So I got a televisit on April 17th. Assuming that I reinfected myself with strep, somehow they gave me a Z-Pack and that helped me feel better. And then throughout May and June I was pretty solid. I think that was when I started my podcast, I started my Instagram account, my Etsy, YouTube, and freelancing. I remember just having like 1 or 2 bad days where I would just feel like not the most energized, but I wasn't like fully sick. And then July I got sick again. July 14th I had a televisit. So July 14th they gave me Augmentin, which gave me very bad side effects, to the point where 3 days later I called them and was like, I'm still feeling crappy, if not worse. So then I went with my mom and they offered us to do a curbside COVID test and strep test to see if for some reason the strep would come back positive, or to see if I was having or if I had COVID, because I was having COVID-like symptoms of like heaviness in my chest, the worst, like cramps, just breathing issues, feeling faint, fevers, headaches. But those both came back negative, but I wanted to be extra sure because, again, with the breathing issues, so I scheduled my own COVID test at a Rite Aid where it's like a drive up, and I did it myself, and that also came back negative. But while I was waiting for the results for the COVID test, I decided to stop taking the antibiotic in case it was just bad symptoms of the medication. Once the July 14th sickness hit, it was just kind of constant after that. In August again, and I mentioned how I was getting stones, tonsil stones, which are not fun, not pretty, not cute. Tonsil stones are basically a mixture of like bacteria, food particles, saliva, that if you have cryptic tonsils, which I later learned that I have, those particles like calcify in your tonsils and it just causes pain, and it's basically a live infection in your throat. So that explains why I was constantly getting sick, and I could hear it in my voice now too, like I don't sound the best. Again, seeing white dots in the back of my throat, sore throat, to the point where I actually called my doctor for like a med check, and I mentioned it to her and she was like, you should go see an ENT just to be sure. So before I went to the ENT, I went back to my pediatrician for her then to refer me to an ENT, since like we tried all our other options, go to a specialist. So I went to the ENT on September 21st. She took one look at the back of my throat and was like, yeah, you could get it removed. I was like, how do you know that? I've been to other doctors and they're just like, it could be strep. She was like, well, they're cryptic tonsils, like I said before, which means that they're not filtering out the bacteria that they're supposed to. They're keeping it there. So that's why you keep on reinfecting yourself, because you basically have these two things in the back of your throat making you sick over and over and over again. So yeah, September 21st, went in, decided to get them out, scheduled it for November 13th, which is in 2 days. I had a pre-op appointment on November 2nd, got blood work done, got a COVID test, and now we are here. So enjoy the rest of this video. I know that was very quick, but I got it all wrong before. Yeah, it wasn't fun. It's still not fun. Like I haven't checked if I had any stones today because quite frankly I'm getting surgery in 2 days and I just don't want to deal with it. There came a point where my throat was so swollen, like I woke up and my throat was like out to here, and I just was only eating soft foods for like a week or two. I couldn't eat anything. I also read online about changing your diet, so I stopped drinking coffee, any type of caffeine, stopped drinking alcohol, stopped having added sugar. I didn't have anything sharp or crunchy. I cut out spicy foods. Like I did everything to try to limit these stones because I was so sick of it. Removing them, I would get nauseated because I was just so grossed out by myself that I couldn't even, I was like, I'm living with this and I just feel so gross. Like I didn't want to be around my family because I just felt so gross. And no matter how many times they would tell me like, you're just sick, like you can't help it, like it's literally fine, you're gonna get it fixed. Just living with it was so different. Like I would just go to bed knowing I had this like foreign thing happening to me that I couldn't solve. I think the change in my diet and also drinking probably around 80 ounces of water a day did help limit these stones. So if you're experiencing the stones, I definitely recommend drinking a lot of water, because the one thing the doctor did say was that the stones thrive in a like dry climate. So if you keep it as moist and as hydrated as possible, the chance of stones forming is less. Moving into part 2, I'm going to be going through how I've personally been prepping for this physically and mentally. I made a list of TV shows, movies, and then I bought 3 to 4 different books that I can read. Because like I said, it's like a whole 2 week of nothing. 3rd week I can start doing some more household things. Another way I'm prepping is to try to be as prepared as possible for recovery. So she said to, if you have a humidifier, to have that next to you while you sleep to keep your throat as moist, because again, drying it out during recovery will make it more painful. So drinking lots of water, having pillows to prop me up as well. She said that will help the humidifier. If I'm not like laying down face down or facing away from the humidifier, I really should be upright at least, I think she said, a 45-degree angle. And then regarding what I'm going to be eating or drinking or just consuming afterwards, I am vegan, so I didn't want to get regular Jell-O or anything with gelatin in it. So I brought everything out that we have like stored away for me to eat afterwards. So I'll show you that now. So first thing would be Jell-O. I went on Amazon and I just googled vegan Jell-O and I found this. I'm really hoping it's good because there's like 4 servings in each container, and I have raspberry, peach, strawberry, orange. This same company also makes like vegan pudding from a powder. So I have 2 strawberry, 2 vanilla, and then 2 chocolate. And after the surgery, I don't know if I'll even be able to be eating solid foods, so I have these protein shakes. Again, vegan, 20 grams of protein. There's also a serving of greens in each one, and I think I have like 12 chocolate, 12 vanilla, and 12 strawberry banana. I have vegan tomato soup, so no milk, no heavy cream. And when I can start eating some solids again, I have this Daiya gluten-free, dairy-free mac and cheese, and then applesauce. And then moving on to the freezer section, I literally forgot about all the ice cream I have. So I have like 2 or 3 from this brand, Planet Oat Vanilla, really good, black cherry, and then strawberry one. And then I also have this orange and cream bars. And I have like a vegan Rocky Pops ones, but I can't find those. My mom also makes like her own homemade applesauce that I like, so once I finish that, I will have the mozz. So yeah, I am honestly preparing myself to not be able to eat solid foods for the first couple of days. And not even solid, just like applesauce or Jell-O, depending how swollen I will be. I plan on honestly drinking lots of water. My doctor is even like, you could survive a week or a little bit more just on water. So like you'll be fine. You may feel hungry, but if you physically can't swallow the food, you'll still be fine. So that's why I got the protein shakes, because they taste good. It's the only vegan protein shake I like, and it's probably one of the only forms of protein that I'll be getting. That's the last way I'm physically preparing for the surgery in 2 days. For the last part of this video, I kind of wanted to just go over like my hopes, my worries, and what the next steps are. So my hopes are that it's all gonna go well, it's gonna be fine. A worry obviously is I'm not worried about going under during the surgery because I got my wisdom teeth out. I've done that before. I'm more worried about throwing up afterwards, which may sound like stupid, but I just have a fear of throwing up. I hate it, and I really don't want to have to do that after I just got surgery on my throat. And if that's my number one worry, then so be it. I'm also worried obviously about pain afterwards, but I'd rather go through like a week or 2 of pain than to be sick like I constantly have been since March. And then the next steps, I wanted to walk you through what I was told the surgery day, how it's gonna go. I will be vlogging the day of my procedure just so I have it for memories and so that my family can see it, because one thing is that I also won't know my exact time for the surgery until the day before. I have a tentative time of 9:45 in the morning, have to get there at 8:45. A parent or guardian can come in with me for check-in. So my mom will come with me to check me in, make sure I'm set, but from there she has to wait in the car. So for like the pre-op, it's gonna just be me on my own, which little nervous about. Like now I feel fine, but I know once I'm there I'm gonna just like crack under the pressure and stress, and I'm just gonna try to remain calm. Then I'm gonna go back into the pre-op area, gonna change, probably gonna give me like the compression socks for blood flow, and then anesthesiologist is gonna come in, gonna give me the IV, and then I'm gonna wait there, wait for the doctor. Then I'm gonna I wonder if I'm gonna get wheeled back or if I have to walk into the operating room. I hope I don't have to walk. Oh, I'll let you know. You'll see it in the vlog. And then I'm gonna go get the procedure. My doctor has 5 of those only on Friday. So for her, this is like folding laundry. Like, she has done hundreds, if not thousands, of this procedure. She said that it should take her 20 minutes to do the procedure, and I'll be under for 30 minutes max, which I was under for longer during my wisdom teeth, and I did not throw up, and I was younger, so I'm really hoping I don't throw up now. I should be able to drink water right away after surgery, and once I can drink water and once I'm, you know, woken up a little bit from the anesthesia, that I could then FaceTime my mom, letting her know I'm good, and then post-op, I just stay there for, I think, like, she said an hour to an hour and a half. I just chill there, and then once I'm good to go, then I get to go home, and I will probably just be sleeping the whole day, watching lots of Christmas movies. But like I said, I will be vlogging that whole entire experience, so then you can come along with me and see how it is. I will be 100% honest, I'm worried for the pain, but I can't do anything about it. Like, I'm at the point where I'm just like, let's go, like, let's get this done. I want these demons out of my throat, causing me so much pain mentally and emotionally. Like, I'm just so over it. This video has been all over the place. I will try to do my best with editing, just making this as seamless as possible. So yeah, thank you for staying subscribed. If you're interested to see how my surgery is gonna go, definitely subscribe, turn on post notifications. I am hoping that by the end of week 2, I'll be able to, you know, go through and edit and then post how it went. So yeah, stay tuned for that, and I'll see you on surgery day.